Like, yo, oh, we in. What's going on, party people? Happy Monday, everybody. Hope everybody's doing fine out there. Happy, what we on, Leo season. Oh, I got to come out for this one. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, if this is your first time here, welcome. It's definitely a great pleasure to have you guys here. I go by the name of Lespri. I am a spiritual healer. And today I'm going to be talking to you guys about, our lives being ruled by spiritual laws. But before I get into that, so let me tell you a little bit about what I do and how I do it. All right. So, especially if this is your first time, as I already stated, you already know you're all welcome. This is a good time if you do a little bit of smoking or, whatever you do. You know what I'm saying? Because we're going to have a conversation. Okay. I'm saying, so just sit back, man, and if you're familiar with if you're coming back, you already know I do this for you, you know? So, right. Okay. So now being a spiritual healer or a teacher, well, I guess both. Basically what I do, man, I help you to become the best version of yourself. The healing part of it is technically helping you to get better. But a lot of you could be asking yourself, hey, motherfucker, what the fuck do you think I'm sick of, right? Because all of us, okay, we are in a state of a fallen state. That's what a fallen state is when they talk about those fallen angel, meaning you right now, or all of us pretty much started as raw materials, meaning we had to grow. A lot of you don't quite necessarily know your skills yet, then you have to find that out about you. So therefore, that's the fallen state. So when you see people, let's just say like Jesus, Buddha, Krishna, what they represent, or whomever, right? Um, what they represent, this is who we should be inspired to be like because they are fully healed. Are you following what I'm saying? So to be fully healed, to be the best version of yourself, is to be Christ-like. It's to be Buddha-like. It's to be Krishna-like. Are you following what I'm saying to you? Hold on, let me get mine for a second. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. This is a good time for you to actually reflect on everything I just said while we're taking this little small break. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm walling. Hmm. So that's what I do. That's what it is. And now the way that I go about doing that, the monks, the Tibetan monks, they talk about the wisdom, the mirror of wisdom. Oh, I love it. I freaking love it. What that means pretty much, I hold the truth about us, and that is done through spirituality. And this is why I always take the time and, kind of like a spirituality has so many connotation attached to it, so many different things that is attached to it. It's just amazing. You know what I'm saying? But for the sake of our conversation, when I'm talking about spirituality, it's not a belief system. It's not religion. It's not this God over that God. It's none of that. What that is it's pretty much a deeper understanding about who we are. And you see that in so many different esoteric teachings, such as it could be the Gnostics, it could be the Sufis, it could be the monks. I mean, yeah, I mean, the Buddhas, Buddhist. Oh, my bad. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, it could be voodoo too, all of it. I mean, not even it could be two. I mean, that's exactly what it is. All of these different, let's just say, ways of looking at or being. That's what spirituality is. Now, how you choose to do it, however, this is where it's this to me, it's the same as culture. Puerto Rican brothers, they make there's a certain way they fry their I forgot the name, but they fry their pork shoulder and shit. Like us, we call it grill. This nigga call it. They have another name for it. Do you see what I'm saying? And then it's cooked and prepared a different way. Same exact meat, but it's cooked differently. It's the same thing when you niggas are talking about tacos or whatever food. You know what I'm saying? It's not better than the other. It's just what they know. That's the way they do things, and that's what you see. In different region of the world. This is why ever since humanity ever existed, the understanding or the speak of God has always been, has always been around. So again, going back to what I was saying, for the sake of spirituality, this is not a belief system. This is having a deeper understanding about who we are, you know. Um, and then of course, we could talk about the esoteric knowledge or the occult. To me, again, has another bad connotation because people always attach the occult to like energy weapons, right? Or people attacking other people, but, and here's the thing too, man, the double standard that we all have, right? I mean, what do you think prayers are? Okay, before I even get started, let me clarify a couple things, right? Man, what do you think prayers are, niggas? When you're reciting, Psalm 23 or, what I'm saying, 91, 11, what do you think these things are, man? Those are spells, man. Or if you have affirmation that you're doing, don't, we tend to, when things are working out for us, there's not nothing evil about it. But when somebody used the same exact thing, I mean, it's just like a knife, bro, just like a fork. It's pretty much just like everything. I mean, are you not gonna buy a gun to protect your house because because killers use gun to kill other people? Do you see what I'm saying? The double standard, even when it comes to voodoo and all that shit, motherfuckers are talking about manifestation. What the fuck is that? If you wake up at a certain day, or if you writing shit down, you reciting it, whatever the fuck, this is what it is, bro. All of that shit is magic, man. We are magical being by default. But anyway, and this is why knowing who you are goes a long way. It's a very heavy statement. But anyway, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself here. So let's get back into the whole introduction thing. You feel me? And in the meantime, before I do that, you know what I'm saying? Let me get my own medicine. You feel me? But anyway. Mm. I mean, it's time for you guys to reflect again. If you have any questions, write it down, reflect on it. Or if you feel like you may want to call it, or you want to, whatever. So, okay, let's get some tea. Okay. Mm. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, I'm a sucker. I know, man, in the middle of fucking July. Okay. Well, to be honest with you, man, I drink tea all year round, bro. To be honest. But anyway, I mean, it's just part of my thing. So yeah, so going back to what we're talking about, so spirituality. What I'm referring to here has nothing to do with a belief system. For example, in spirituality, we would say that you act like your God. Whoever God that you're praying, you're gonna act just like it. See, in that statement, there is no belief system here. If you Muslim, Well, you're going to dress a certain way. If you're Christian, you're going to dress a certain way according to what God's telling you. In fact, people would judge you if you don't do the things that God is telling you that you're pretending to be like. So as a result, your God is your life. Believe it or not, there's no belief here. We're just talking about having a deeper understanding of the life you're already living. This is why spirituality is not outside of you. This is why spirituality is not for a motherfucker that that wrap his ass with fucking towel and sitting down like this. Granted, all of it has its own significance, has its own way of doing things. But what I'm saying to you here is to look at the bigger picture. So true spirituality is you taking a shit, you walking around, you doing the most despicable shit, you killing somebody. All of that shit. This is spirit. This is who you are, lack of knowing who you are, or whatever the fuck. Nevertheless, it's all of us. The person that you can't believe. So, oh my God, I can't believe she or he did this. Yes, you're all spirit, bro. And we're saying this because, again, knowing yourself is such a hold a lot of weight. And this is why self-knowledge it's critical. You gotta have self-knowledge, bro. And this is why I'm gonna be talking about what I'm gonna be talking about, which is our lives being governed or being ruled by spiritual laws. That goes to show you again. It's depicting, it's showing you, giving you a deeper reality of the reality you're already in. This is why the term awareness, consciousness is the motherfucking key, my niggas. Or to wake up, to waking that because that's what you're doing. You're waking up. And this is also why you are in a fallen state. You sick. It's only through spirituality that we become whole. Even to be a decent person, like the whole man, it's incredible. The whole Jupiter ascending, that's what the shit was talking about, bro. When she became a prince, I mean the queen, also, she reached, I mean, she attained her highest level of who she was in that spirit world or that other world. And then now she woke up the next day, she was cleaning bathroom like it didn't matter. So just to be a normal, functional, like I hate to say this, man, like nigga, when you're not fully spirit, like when you don't know who you are, you're not, this is the result. Ignorance, man, dummies. That's what you got. And that's what we all walking around like dummies or, you know, what they call the deads. And what all of us, some of us are doing is waking up to that truth, waking up to who you are, but then again, self-knowledge. I mean, you can't do without. This is why, to me, spirituality, like, there's nothing greater than that, bro. There's no fucking conversation that can replace this. I mean, if you understand who you are and how valuable it is into your life. But anyway, so again, going back to what I was saying, so becoming Christ-like, bro. Like that's what a regular human being is, bro. That's why for me, I can't fuck with a nigga that's not conscious. How am I gonna date a bitch who's not conscious, bro? Even to have a normal conversation, right? To hold a conversation, to have the ability to listen to somebody else. It requires self-knowledge, bro. You gotta know yourself. it's not as simple as a lot of people trying to make it seem like it's common sense. That's why it's not. This is why for you, for Jupiter to ascend or to be just a regular human being. So what that was showing you in the movie, where now she doesn't have any issues, she's doing everything. It's like she knows who she is now. That's why for you, when you truly get into your power, the outside doesn't matter. Can you imagine me competing with somebody? I can't do it. I can't imagine it myself. I mean, yes, you can, especially if you don't know me, you can imagine whatever the fuck, right? But for me, it doesn't even make sense, bro. Do you see what I'm saying? And that's why I can never follow. I don't understand people who are trying to copy me neither. You fighting for number two. Yo, shout out to T.I., man. I was listening, let him know, man. You fighting for number two because I already did it. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for giving. People always want to take credit for your shit too, man. Well, whoever you are, thank you. You didn't want to do it for you, but you helped me. Thank you. You're making the world a better place. You know what I'm saying? Again, once you attain that level, man, everything else is like I'm saying? You're gonna have to do more to impress me. You see what I'm saying? Like everything start making sense, man. And this is why spirituality, man, is the key. Even just to have a normal conversation, going back to what I was saying. Niggas, when you don't do your shadow work, you snapping. You don't have the control. It's not a behavior shit. We're talking about mastering yourself here. Because a lot of motherfuckers always, think, I'm let me not raise my voice. Nigga, you could do whatever the fuck you want. Like for me, my shit is controlled though. So just know if I'm going off on you, nay, it's really calculated. Every step of it. You know what I'm saying? And being a spiritual healer, I'll make sure all of you get your medicine. Trust and believe. Wait, wait. Talk to me, wait, wait. You wanted to grab me by my balls? Unbelievable. You balls crusher. You just crush balls. You must be giving me the lesson of my life, huh? I love it. I love it. Oh, I'm loving it. But anyway, so that's why you do your shadow work. Now, doing your shadow work, man, unable, helps you now to know yourself. Do you see what I'm saying? And that's what the whole doing the shadow work is all about. It's acknowledging the non-physical part of you, or to acknowledge the things that you wouldn't be aware of in your feelings, in your part of your emotions. This is why us being a human being, we are the mystery, bro. When you have the scientists, right? What do you think these guys are doing, guys? They are studying nature, experiencing things, learning about how they work. I mean, shit. And some of us, they did the same thing for us too, man. You ought to be studied. There is a lot more to us that we do not know. And for you to become fully in control of that, of yourself, you have to become in touch with those parts. And this is where you're doing the shadow work. That's what the shadow work entails. Again, reflecting who you are as a person. This is what the spiritual life is, man. Your fucking life, dog. Believe it or not, Thriller, Killer, all of y'all niggas. That's why you need to wake up. This is the wake up call. This is where I'm. This is the work that I'm doing. This is why I'm here, man. And which is a pleasure to do, to wake up another fella. You know what I'm saying? To help you, my fella, friend, or a life warriors. And as a spiritual healer, that's the responsibility that I have taken upon myself for you motherfuckers. Yeah, nigga, I did that for you. I'm doing it for you now. I already know what I know, bitch. And then you realize that's what the work is, bro. That's what we are all here to do. That's what we are all doing. That's why the sooner you understand that we are all a community, man, we are feeding each other. You know what I'm saying? That's why I can't let you fuck me up, though. I'm saying? It did your boy dirty, man. But we're still standing, though. You know what I'm saying? How do you throw dirt on something so beautiful? It shows you don't know quality. You don't have quality in you. But it's okay. You know what I'm saying? The quality would always speak for itself. Do you see what I'm saying? But anyway, guys, man, this tea is keeping me warm, man. But I've been into like, but I think it's the fucking things I got in there too, man. I got some onions in there, cloves in there, okay, garlic in there, and a little bit of dirt. You know what I'm saying? I think that's probably where the hit's coming from. Jesus, but I love it though. Mm. Anyway, so if you see me sweating, I got some action going on internally. But anyway, let's get right into it. So yeah, again, just to have a normal conversation, bro, to really listen to somebody, asking the questions, and all of these things, man, they require like self-knowing, and and at the same time, this is how you also become what? A better human being, bro. You know what I realize? People always talk about freedom of speech, but that's not the case, man. Niggas want to talk about, they want people to talk about the shit that everybody approves. And that's exactly what happened. And that's why I was making fun of India, Ari, or Mary. I don't want to mess up the name, but anyway, India, Ari, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, so, when she was talking about the thing, now she was right in everything she was saying. I mean, I got it. But if we're talking about freedom of speech, man, but not just that, for me personally, I always want to hold you accountable. Nobody, like it's you. What's your choice? We keep giving out our powers, like I understand what she was doing. It sounds good. Let's boycott this, spend that shit. Yes, it's negative. Yes, yes. But if we're talking about freedom of speech, man, let the bitch be, man. Spend that shit. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, though, and here's something else too, guys. Man, I think a lot of us were trying to remove difficulties in our lives. You can't do that, bro. You cannot. This universe is perfect, and perfection means it's in harmony, guys. There is no such thing as perfection the way a lot of people look at it, meaning flawless. That does not exist. And for you and for us, any one of us, we can only grow through our failures. You become better the more you fail. That's what practicing is. Now you managing that failure. You learning. Do you see what I'm saying? You gotta have that dance with it. and your growth, pain. Listen, man, this is for the grown. Oh my God, what are we doing? This is why a big part of self knowledge, too, you cannot rely on your own intelligence. That's why only fools do that. If you're playing a game, you got to know the rules of the game. If you they put you in the jungle right now, you better find out how the jungle work, nigga. Because if not, if you're thinking that your own intelligence should be used to find out what's going on around you. This is why then when you understand that, like when they tell you only a fool, shout out to Bob Marley, and I think it's also in Proverb too, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, um, yeah, man, only a fool rely, you know what I'm saying, on his own fucking intelligence, bro. But all of that is reflecting everything we're talking about here. We talk about life and spirituality, whatever the fuck. It's just giving you a deeper, it's reflecting us. And this is the consciousness. That's why consciousness is the name of the game. But now going back to what I was saying, for you to be a normal human being, bro, this is why this world is a mental institution. This is why you're walking around a lot of crazy motherfuckers, man. Motherfuckers will take in your kindness or weakness, all that toxic negative shit because they are not developed. Can you imagine somebody looking at you being stupid because you're helping them? Like, look at him. He's helping me. You're stupid. Like, what? Okay. Thank you very much. Who's stupid now? Mm, man, unbelievable, man. And I know you guys know people. You listen. If you're living in this world, and here's something else too. This is why all those spiritual shit, those the scriptures, they are manuals for your life. Like Jesus had betrayers, and you need betrayers in your life, dog. You gotta have a betrayer in your own life because what they do, they push you, they help you to fully accept who you are, bro. Not to rely on nobody else, to take full accountability. That's how they helping you. Oh, they help you. Yo, pain. Pain is one of the most brutal but honest motherfucking teacher, dog. And you cannot grow without that motherfucker. I don't give a fuck who you is, nigga. Again, this is all spirituality because it's reflecting, giving you a deeper understanding about our lives. That's why your life is a sacrifice. However you choose to sacrifice it to, or it's on you. Me, I've given it to God, nigga. Meaning a higher version of myself. And it comes with pain. I mean, you're gonna suffer anyway. How you choose to do it, that's on you, player. You feel me? That's on you. That's on you. Hmm. Man, guys, sometimes I feel like, and this is a good news, but I felt like, it may sound bad, but this is a good news though. You know, you know, that's why the spiritual life, this life in itself, bro, like to live is to suffer, my nigga. No matter what you want, to develop yourself, man, you are war materials. This is why you need opposition. This is why anybody who ever been a man of God, you gotta carry your cross, motherfucker. There's no way outside of that, king. Queen, bitches, niggas, whatever the fuck. No way outside of that. I wish I could tell you there's a remote. You know what I'm saying? There's a button you could do. You know what I'm saying? To get everything you want. It doesn't happen. That's why I don't even talk about the manifestation shit. It's they're selling you bullshit, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's just another great wow. And you ever ask the nigga who's telling you about the whole manifestation shit? Okay, well, nigga, are you a millionaire? Are you a billionaire? Like you got all this knowledge about how manifestation works and all that shit. I mean, you just giving me the knowledge? What's the wisdom though to show it? You know what I'm saying? Like again, this is not to say. All I'm saying is the way they telling you the law of manifestation works. That's not it. You need to seek for the kingdom of God, man. Meaning a fool, you have to. Your foundation has to be rebuilt, man. There's a reason why they say you have to be born again. And all of us, bro, we are war materials. Either if you're smart or you are what they say, a lot of people are calling the chosen ones, right? Then God is play funny. He's gonna put you in a family where like the opposition is always gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? And that is the reason why Job, in the Job story, God and Satan, God is chilling with Satan, dog. Speaking of that, there's a known pastor I was listening to. Very almost. Oh man, these guys they sound so good. But then when you analyze what they're saying, you're like, what the fuck? Like, how do you sound so good yet you ain't saying shit? But I guess you know what I'm saying. Like, but and then for me, I feel like I talk the most profane. I mean, pro, profound and profane in so many words. But yet, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I just know what I know. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it's just different, man. So this motherfucker, he was saying like the reason why, and he was breaking it down like that. So the reason why, okay, it's you that allow Satan to have access to God, and he's gonna break it down for you. Because if you didn't do anything bad, God, Satan wouldn't have any reason to show up to God. And then that was like some hardcore shit, like, whoa. It's like, The guy I was listening to was like, And I'm listening, I'm like, what? But that's the very thing. Like, do you see what I'm saying? It's almost like they're making excuses. I mean, shit. And the question is, people always ask, and I understand what he was trying to answer. The fact that, well, I mean, if God is so much different from Satan, why they always hanging together, right? So he's showing, if that wasn't there, why would, and then he's saying God is a just God, right? He's analyzing God the way we are. Again, in spirituality, that's why they tell you act like you're God. So to make sense of God, this nigga was saying how God is just, right? So he had a system. He's looking at the way he's looking at God. But here's the thing, though. God is God because God don't do things in the logical shit sense and how you trying to explain it. That's why they say God's way is not man's way. And I'm going to talk about that as we get deeper into that conversation. I got some shit to talk about. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I think I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself because that is connected to something else that I'm going to be talking about. But anyway, I guess somehow I'll be able to reattach everything. It'll come back to me if need be to talk about it. But I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself here. But to go back to that conversation, right, real quick, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's almost like this nigga. It's the same difference. If how would us Like what? Like, is God God or what are we talking about? But yet again, they want to say God gives you free will and all that shit, referring to how we see shit. But if you're a man of God, you know that free will shit do not fucking exist with a nigga who's following God, right? Moses, this is what you're gonna be doing. Whoever the fuck. Do you see what I'm saying? But anyway, I'm gonna leave that alone. I'll circle back on it, you know. But then again, going back to I mean, this is all us, bro. And then the double standard that I also wanted to talk about too, man. You know how niggas talk about, hey man, we only believe in God and shit, we only pray to God, but yet they talk about angels. You know what I'm saying? Like in voodoo we talk about spirit. You know, spirit means or referring to, you know what I'm saying, entities without bodies. Then they call it demonics, right? But yet you have angelic angels. Oh, those are the good ones, the bad ones. Like, do you see the game? The good one, the bad one. It's like you saying this is not it, and then yes, you doing the exact same thing. You call it the same exact same thing. If you have angel Gabriel, Michael, whatever the fuck, whatever angel, like those are invisible entities. But anyway. So now going back to what we were saying, so yeah, so to summarize, spirituality is your life. So me being a spiritual healer, what I do, I hold what is called the mirror of wisdom, which is exactly what I'm doing now in terms of how what I'm explaining, the knowledge that I'm showing with you, for you to see. And then, of course, I mean, then again, and that mirror would also help you to either see yourself or you can also see your restrictions in terms of, the mirror will allow you to see yourself, dog. That's what I do, man. But anyway, now, and of course, I mean, shit, it kind of go without saying, now, well, not, okay, so how do you become Christ-like? Wow, then you realize you study them, right? Then you realize the things that they're talking about, how nature plays a big part, knowing who you are plays a big part, man, it's you actually attaining that highest level of understanding about who you are. And as you do so, believe it or not, man, you become the light of the world, the light of your own life, the light for others. And let's be the true Illuminatis. Be the true Illuminati, bro. Don't worry about the fake ones. Be the true one. But anyway, so now we already talked about spirituality, in so many words I touch on the occult. But let's get into the main course. It's about to be 40 minutes, you know what I'm saying? So let's get right into it, guys. But at least that should give you a solid understanding, not just about what I do, but also a solid introduction to the conversation that we're going to be talking about now. Because that's why I always take the time to let people know about that. Then only then would you be able to understand how your life is being governed by spiritual laws. And this is why you also have to know them. But we're not even going to get there, but we're just going to talk about that part of it. And of course, knowing them, it's oh man, knowing them, that's how you become the light. That's how you become the bright ones. But also, that's how you become the seer here. That's how you move. Because we don't see only with our physical eyes. Do you understand that? That's why when people, do you ever notice when people, like when somebody snapped or losing certain things, like they don't see everything. They don't take everything into account because seeing things too has to do with, your how you are structured as well. Your emotions have an impact on how you see things. You know what I'm saying? So then again, as you delving into us, the shadow side of us, and that's what spirituality entails, bro. And that's what this should be your business because that's how you work. How do you even create the best things when you don't even know who you are? This is why, having money means nothing if you not well. You'll be a sick motherfucker with $1 million. You're gonna do sick shit. That's why it means nothing, man. To have $1 million and then you're sick, bro. You see what I'm saying? Like you can't really enjoy it. You know what I mean? I would want to shit. No? So okay then. And then that's also the type of knowledge. Once you understand that alone, man, you already is transcendent. It transcends you in itself because information is transformation, right? So as you understand that, this is why knowing the truth too, you will automatically transcend this reality. And that's the way you do it. You don't go against your flesh. You don't go against the material. You overcome it. You embody it. This is for the wise ones, though. Every now and then I'm a put something in that medicine for you. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? So it's important, man. Like that's why self-knowledge, come on, baby, holds a lot of weight. Even if you don't want to go, okay, we're not even gonna go that deep. Let's talk about it only, even if you only know your mistakes. That alone, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like imagine if you know your breath stink before you go outside, man, you're gonna brush it, bro. I mean, I hope you do. You know what I'm saying? I would, but if I don't know, you know what I'm saying? See, this is what again, like how do you fix, a problem when you don't know there's a problem? That's why you can't rely on you. You have to go outside. Not outside in terms of, how science is trying to put it, but outside of me, like this is where God comes in, but yet still within you. Go outside, go within, in this particular instance, in what I'm referring to now, it's, I mean, right now, it's the same. Bear with me for a second. So then again, that's why I always like to spend time, man, because I feel like if you understand that part alone, then you should be looking at yourself from a different perspective already. And that is what part of the awakening is all about. That's why in the occult, the very first thing they will tell you is that you have a subconscious mind. That little awareness alone or knowing alone, help you now. Only when you know it, then you know it. Those of you who understand the subconscious mind or who work with your subconscious mind, you realize you know it when you understand it. But it was around you all along. This is why this life, again, the Indian call this Maya, which means illusion. And I realize a lot of people don't understand what the illusion is. Illusion doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It is existing. You're looking at it, but it's not what you think it is. There's a lot more to it than what it appears to be. That's why you have scientists studying fucking nature. Where do you think all these things that we're creating and all that shit? Niggas telling you about nature, H2O, they're using energy and science and all that shit. And if you plant, energy's all around you, bro. Again, that's the consciousness. Once you realize that, it's like, that's why this life is not as physical as you think it is. So, now to get into, now, this is how, by understanding spirituality now, understanding who you are, and then now you tapping into, okay, so now, how do we function? How do we even, how do you be the best you? This is where now knowing the spiritual laws comes in and plays a big part. And the part that it plays is listen, that raw material that you are, that's when this is why you would notice anybody, the minute you start getting into spiritual life, your life start changing. Of course, it's gonna go for the worst first before it gets. Oh, it's gonna go for the worst, baby. But what I'm saying to you is, this is manifestation. This is the beginning of your manifestation. The minute you step into spirituality, then you're gonna start feeling your guys. Mm, mm, mm. But anyway, let me say this, right? So, damn, was it about 4 years ago? Shit, time travels, man. But anyway, maybe 5, 6 years ago, right? So I created this Patreon, and it's funny. I did created it then, knowing that, but I didn't know what kind of content that I was gonna have in there. And ironically, at that time, I call it "This is for the initiates." And man, listen, man, the Patreon's gonna be ready for you guys because I'm putting in. I've been working. Okay, so those of you, if you haven't seen me for a minute, your boy's been working. Both job and well, most importantly, too, man. Creating stuff. And but anyway, we'll talk about it when the finished product. But anyway, I just want to say this real quick. But now I know exactly what the Patreon is going to be like. So I've been putting these things together, and yes, it's truly going to be for the fucking initiates because the conversation is going to be a lot different. You know what I'm saying? This is going to be for the grown men conversations. But you got to go through your initiations, and that's what we're doing here. But anyway, um, and that's the beginning of you. That's how you start to manifest. And that's true manifestation. And that's why your manifestation, man, it's just yeah, it's gonna fuck you up. But that's how it goes. This is why it reflects, man. So you might as well fuck the fucking whatever the fuck you want and just go in the kingdom of God. Put the work in. You're welcome, man. Like, I don't know how else to say it to you guys, but hey. But anyway, but it's a great business to talk about, though. I mean, this shit fits so well with, the everybody want to be rich, the streaming and the big houses, the mansions, and listen, man. I mean, fit well, man. You could get whatever you want. Not that you can't. I'm not saying that you can't neither. What I'm saying is that it comes with what it comes with. That's what they're not telling you. You know what I'm saying? And, you just want to wake up tomorrow and then, you've been writing a new house and the new house showed up. Hey, 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 I'm just saying. I'm just saying, let me know. And that's why they're gonna tell you, hey, sometimes you don't have to do anything, but yet you gotta do something, and it's all over the place, man. You just there's no way outside of you changing, man, and that requires hardship, opposition, betrayal, all them things. Okay? So you cannot remove none of that shit. Okay? I know we're trying to make a safer world. Yes. Yes, but then again, this is why man's way and God's way is not the same. God's way for you to grow, everybody you ever know, you study, who've been a man of God, you know their pain. And he's been publicly known, including myself, nigga. I was trafficked as a child. What else can I tell you? Niggas trying to kill me, dog. What else can I tell you? It comes with it. Every single one of us, dog. You gonna carry your cross? You know what I'm saying? I hope like sometimes, how people were trying to tell you how this spiritual life, man, is such a, oh, positivity. You know what I'm saying? I wonder if these niggas even fart, man. Really? Oh no, they don't even eat certain things for them to fart. Hey, listen, man, listen. To each his own. To each his own. I'm just, sharing my message with you. But hey, if that's what spirituality is, I don't know, man. I don't know. Mine is a little bit different. Very much different. And not to take away nothing from that though. You know what I'm saying? But oh man, I guess this is the other part they're not telling you. Okay, you know what? Let's be political today. I'm feeling great. I don't want to bash or touch on, what I'm saying? I'm keeping it clean. You know what? That's the one side and I'm the other side of it. But we all work together. Plain and simple. You know what I'm saying? You happy, I'm happy. Hey man, we're good. All right, guys, let's get right back into it, right? So, your life is ruled by spiritual laws. Then again, self knowledge is key. Man, due to lack of self knowledge, we build a society that is not godlike. And what that means is where the highest standard in terms of you knowing who you are, or a society that allows us to be, and that's the main difference between when you look at the Egyptians, when we're going back to even their statue. That's why I always tell people their creation, everything about it was godly. When you even just to look at the statue in itself, having the body of a animal or a lion, whatever the fuck, with the head of a human being, that already is talking to you. And you may have many different interpretations about it. Although it's physical, but their creation was actually made to pull, to to excavate the God inside of you for you to bring it out. This is why we don't do that to worship it, so to speak. It brings something else out of us. So our creation, what we were doing was different. It was godly. This is why, man, I don't know if I think, yeah, I did talk about it once. I've been looking for this fucking documentary since I was not able to find it. So I was watching this thing about Egypt, bro. There was a corner as I was looking at the documentary. I immediately took off. Like I went to trench, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was, to be fair, I mean, it was not the first time I've ever done it. I mean, it happened to me before. I remember I was working at this, I was back in PA, right? I was working at this country club. I was going to college at that time, so I was a waiter. I was working at this country club, right? And then one day, bro, like, and I was, at that time I was still practicing my little stuff. A little, oh man. Look at me now. I mean, I was still finding me, right? So at times I used to, travel and, do some of the, other work in terms of, connecting with the other world, whatever the fuck, right? And then I was working at, and then, I had this trench, man. I could, because a lot of these country clubs, man, and they used to be like old slave places. And that shit also happened to me too. I went to that supermarket, Redner's on fucking Langhorne. If you know, in like Levittown in PA. So anyway, I had the same experience too. Like, I was just, man, it was like the timeline collapsed, right? And like I traveled backward, and I seen what was taking place right. And I'm like, what the fuck? But anyway, I'm saying that to say, in that documentary, bro, I just threw off, right? So, but there was something else. That's why I'm saying that, right? So I've had that experience before, but there was something else, and that something else, it was in the way these niggas build their house. Like when we talk about feng shui and all that shit, everything these niggas did was spiritual, bro. Like it was based on the higher men. So what they did when you're looking at all these things, those were a manifestation of heaven on earth. All those statues and all these things. That's why the wisdom, the writing on the wall, even their writing, speaking to your subconscious mind, was not to tell you, but to resurrect. Oh man, oh, Patreon niggas. I got you, Patreon. All right. But anyway, why the fuck was I out there? Because I was making a point. I hate when that happened, but I also realized, you know what I'm saying? Man, there's so much to talk about. It's real shit to talk about, niggas. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. I mean, you know. Okay, so anyway, what the fuck was it? Okay, so I was talking about the Tristan documentary. So everything they did, heaven on earth, right? So I'm saying that to say, then fast forward with the Western men and the new civilization with us, right? Then we created calculators. From there, you have what is called developed countries, and then superpowers and all that shit. And then now I want you to pay attention to that, and because I'm trying to show you that our life is governed, it ruled by spiritual laws. This is why you got to stay grounded. But anyway, so we've done a lot of creations. Like it's like a lot of our creations is going against us. First of all, you know what I'm saying? Like, and this is, okay, calculator, or even, bro. Well, I was gonna say that I am 45, but I don't really know my age to be honest. Kid you- I kid you not. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? But it's being resolved though. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm not even talking too much about it. I don't even show up on social media. You know what I'm saying? I'm letting it doing this do. Hey, just doing what it does. You know what I'm saying? You gotta let it do what it do. You feel me? Mm-hmm. C'est not manger fiat la Louis là. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? Shit. I look for the boogeyman. Okay? Where is he? Where is he? That's what I do, man. I go to town, look for. I'm a ghostbuster, nigga. You the one who the people are afraid of? Why? You tough, huh? Shoot, nigga. Oh man. Oh man, guys, I love it, man. I love it. Oh shit. Hold on. Okay. Let's double up on our tea because it seems like I'm running out. No, we're not. Oh no. No. Mm-mm-mm. Oh shit. Yes, sir. So looking at okay, so I was saying that to say one thing, right? So, but I do know, I was, because I lived in Haiti, so you know what I'm saying. I'm not sure if I was born there. I don't think I was born there, but anyway, I was raised there. But anyway, so, um, bro, when I was like around 13, right? Yo, I used to, my memory was so bad, bro, like good bad. I mean, it was so great. I don't want to confuse you, right? It was so good, bro. Like I used to have like I probably memorized like 20 or 25. Anybody, you give me your number, like, okay, the first three, bam, 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 we're good. All right, so three, five, all right, good. And then once I said it, I know it's locked in. Now fast forward, you know what I'm saying, a couple years down the line, with the use of, we're creating comfort for each other. In the use of comfort, you don't need to use your brain as much. Why bothering with memory, right? Remember, we used to have to memorize things, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now, shit. Now, there's only two numbers that I know by heart. That's my daughter's number and my personal number. Everybody else, shit. Some niggas you may even have some people like in speed dial, right? Like one thing, somebody, right? So all those comfort. So this is the new world that we're living in, right? Because we have created so many different things. Niggas got Bluetooth and shit, and then now y'all niggas looking at ancient or the Egyptians like they were dumb niggas. Cause you got Wi-Fi, nigga. So now our life is being ruled by the outside. And the more it's being ruled by the outside, do I need to say anything else? I mean, look at what the world you're in. The more comfort that is being created, you know what I'm saying, with AI, niggas not even look at like everybody, the instant gratification shit. You don't know what comes with hard work. Everybody's looking for result, man. Like, you think the results just accidentally, like miraculously, dog? I mean, there is a miracle aspect in it, but you got to plant the seed, though. You see what I'm saying? But most importantly, I know for me, being, I guess it started off with, I guess, being like a reader, so to speak, or, just being truly a scribe. Because I love this shit. Like, I love the whole setup, how things are being said. I just fucking love wisdom, man. Like, nigga, I love that shit. I just love it. I'm not gonna sugarcoat nothing. I'm not gonna lie to you. Listen, nigga, I love the shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying that to say, you know, doing certain things over years, man, it develops certain things in you. That's why I always tell people, man, follow your passion. You know what I'm saying? And then it's not necessarily passion. I mean, yes, you got to do something, bro. Because whatever you're doing is doing you. But this is where you have to wake up too. But you got to do it long enough. This is why having a skill is important. You know what I'm saying? If you were like, you know what I'm saying? If you could take the time and sit down for 8 hours on something you like, you're doing that, man, you mastering something, bro. Not just that something, but something in you is also shifting. Oh, it gets magical, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Those who done it, they know it. Shit. you know, and it's a sacred moment too. You know what I'm saying? That's why for me, man, like shit, like I'm in a meditative state every fucking day, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, I'm shit. I mean, but anyway, I'm saying that to say something too, though, because if you're following so far, in terms of this is why, what I'm saying, the world that we're living in, man, everything is built from, not from for comfort. Now it's building from the outside of you. Nothing really is challenging you. Not necessarily using the word challenge, but when you look at like a Sphinx statue, that alone says a lot. It's higher intelligence, man. That in itself is also showing awareness too, bro. To acknowledge that alone, man. And if you understand that, this is also showing you that you could be an animal, but the person or the God part of you is what makes us us. You shit, you fuck, you eat, you do whatever the fuck. But where we thrive is those spiritual laws, bro. In other words, through God, the intelligence of God. That's why the Kabbalion talks about you have to understand the mental understanding of what's around you. It speaks to you. This is where so many different things are needed for you to bring that person out. That's why you have to meditate. That's why you have to open up your third eye. I had to do that shit to myself. This is why for us in African culture, we understand certain things. That's why your education system is a rites of passage because that type of education is activating the person within. Are you following what I'm saying? And whenever we create things from an outside perspective, we never had a higher perspective in mind for that to reflect that way. Then what you have, it's niggas worshiping idols. The law of manifestation is just it's a money thing. Let's be honest. No one is telling you manifest because you God, nigga. Or if you God, well, be God. That's how you become Christ-like. Then if everything they're saying is true, you do whatever you want, whenever you want, however you want. Well, damn nigga, become God then, or find the kingdom of God if this is too strong for you. If that take you, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to look so bad on yourself, bro. You know what I'm saying? And if you do good through God, guess what? God is manifesting through you. And if it's manifesting through you, are you still nobody? Oh, godlike. And just so you know too, man, I was gonna do something on becoming Mr. Nobody. I hope I'm not contradicting you, because I know what I'm saying. To acknowledge you as the Mr. Nobody is to truly know who you are. That's why you, in your essence, you are the Alpha, the Omega. You are cousin, you're a brother, you're a sister, you're a father. You everything in one person. You know what I'm saying? Within you, there's a deeper side of you that you need to dig inside for you to find. Like there's so many aspects in you. You need to shed these things for you to get to it. Can you see how you shedding your own skin? Not just the cycle of time, but this is your own cycle as well. Then your life is ruled by spiritual laws, my nigga. This is why you can't, you know what I'm saying? When you understand that, then you got to know the spiritual laws, man. That's why you must seek God. You know what I'm saying? It's not a conversation for like, the religious person or people. It's not a conversation for, let's just say, if you believe in God. Had nothing to do with believing in God, nigga. If you, whatever, I mean, shit, you do nothing without believing in something higher, greater than you. This is why we all fucking, then you Mr. No fucking body. That's why we need superheroes. We need all that shit, nigga. This is how you work. And the ancient ones who understand that, the wise ones who understand that, the true fucking Illuminatis who understand that, that's why we have this shit. To bring what's inside to come out. Not worshiping it like this is clay, stupid motherfucker. But the understanding of what's behind it. And also everything has energy in it too. So yeah, it's good, there's gonna be something in there too. Energy everywhere. Yeah, from there you could do whatever you want to. That part. But it can only be done only because it's in us. Every time you have an understanding of life from a good and evil perspective, meaning good versus bad perspective, you are automatically splitting your life in half without even knowing. And this is why you're not in harmony. There's no union between you until you acknowledge you bring those two aspects together. So now to go back to what I was saying, that's why your intuition, all of these things man, I think I may have talked about this once, but I'll talk about it again. Right. Okay. So with my baby mother, right? My intuition was so big. I knew she was not the one, but my intuition was like, go that route. And that's why I tell you guys too, man, God's way. If you want God to laugh at you, tell him what your plans are. And this is why it's important for you to understand the environment that you're in. And this is why the wise ones, the true Illuminatis, we tell you not to build on sand, not to build in a chocolate world. So now going back to story time, I guess. Shit, that's free as shit. You know what I mean? Hold up, guys. I gotta load up, man. You know what I'm saying? This is, you know what? I can multitask as I'm doing this. So, but I'll be paying attention, right? Okay, okay. You know what I'm saying? That hit the spot right there. So anyway, guys, so yeah, so I'm just gonna be looking down as I'm multitask, bitch. Wait. Oh, seems like we had a little something in there. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. So yeah, man, story time, right? While I'm doing this, that was to show you God's way. It's not your way, bro. So if you see the Gladiator, right, the first one, right? If you remember the part where, I mean, the very last part where Russell, the general challenged the emperor, right? Before the fight, the last scene, right? This nigga couldn't go to sleep at night, right? Remember? He was signing off on documents and shit, And this nigga that night, he looked pale. Like, that's how I was. I'm like, God, you mean to tell me this bitch, like, I talked to her, right? You do know, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? And like, hey, and that's what I tell you guys, man. Your intuition is not a safety net. I'm seeing how everything is playing out. You know what I'm saying? God's way is not gonna be your way, bro. You know what I'm saying? But when you're in tune, you facilitate, you work with the creation because now you're able to go beyond it. But yet again, you know what I'm saying? That's exactly what I did. I was always obedient, nigga. The golden child, man. I'm like, all right, God, you want me to do that? All right, fine. No problem. Dealing with the bitch, I'm like, oh shit, okay. And then, I'm still, I'm trying to understand why my emotion, my shit. I'm like, okay. Then pregnancy happened. I got a daughter, bro. Oh man, I fucking lose my mind. I'm like, God, what the fuck is this? I'm like, yo, God, what the fuck is this? You already know this bitch is stupid. Then now, okay, pregnancy, whatever the fuck. And well, she didn't trick me to it. I saw her game. I went along with it. Again, I was following my fucking intuition. And then, when my daughter, I found out it was oh man, I'm gonna show you how things work, right? Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck? I know she didn't have the mental capacity to raise my daughter. You know what I'm saying? It's like as I was trying to understand why my intuition was doing that, I was also trying to work with. I'm like, okay, uh, but guess what, man? It was the perfect plan, my nigga. First of all, so when I realized that, I'm like, okay, God, no problem. You want to play like that? Fine. So that's when I started getting into the divine feminine. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Then I'll be the one to teach my daughter because I feel like a woman would be in a better position. The if your head is straight. And I'm not referring to being nappy head or none of that. If your head is straight, not your hair, bitch. But if your head is straight, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, so now I started getting into the divine feminine. So I said, okay, I'm gonna teach my daughter myself. And of course, all of that shit's going inside of me. I'm not saying that shit to nobody, right? So I started getting into the divine feminine. And oh boy, not only I needed it for myself, I thought I was just gonna get it and just, just to teach her. Information is transformation, baby. Well, at least for me. You know what I'm saying? Because and man, so that was the first. Listen, that's when I started growing my hair. For years, I tried, I would see like, it was trending at times, nigga, hey man, why do we fall? So you know how to stand up. That's why I always tell niggas, man. Like I know, I make it look so easy because I'm so much on my business. Hey, nigga, listen, man. So you may think probably I never made mistakes or I mean, although I was always myself, you know what I'm saying? But there were times where, there were certain trends I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? So and dread was one of them at that time. I could never do it. I would start growing my hair, that shit would just be too much, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, fuck that shit, bro. Then when I started getting into the divine feminine, man, not only my knowledge, what I'm saying, skyrocketed like crazy. And then the transformation and the way one of the first was through my hair, bro, naturally. I had no issue. I wasn't forcing nothing. My hair was just going. It was nothing. I did it my own way. You know what I'm saying? I was washing my hair every day, nigga. Like I don't stand like I can't. I don't like the stinky shit. We don't do none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? My shit smell good, nigga. We don't do none of that. I did it my way. You know what I'm saying? Because, at that time I was learning, different ways trying to see, and then people would say they would do this, they do that, or not to wash your hair for it to grow. Now, fuck that shit, nigga. I gotta wash my shit. But anyway, and it ended up growing faster. That's why, man, you gotta follow you, be yourself. But anyway, I'm saying that to say, not just that. Now, here's the second part of it. So now, while I'm doing this for my daughter, right? My daughter's now was born, whatever the fuck. Then I'm like, yo, we having this conversation. I'm like, yo, man, why don't you take a year off? I mean, it's not like I was fucking rich or anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, let's just take a year off, right? For her. So at least she got a house, a home. She's used to you first, to us first. Like, there's a home here. You know what I'm saying? Before you get, how do you take a kid? Like, 2 or 3 months, just put her in the fucking, I mean, if you gotta do it, I get it. But we didn't have to do that. I told her, yo, man, I listen here. Oh boy. And guess what happened? Now, the people that who kidnapped me, because I was illegally kidnapped as a kid, you know what I'm saying? Niggas trying to, man, anyway, it's being taken care of. We're not worried about that. But I'm just showing you how. And then again, so when after I talked to her, and then guess what? 2 or 3 months later, she started looking for a job, and I knew who she was talking to. That was telling her, "No, you got to be independent. You don't listen to no fucking man telling you." And I wasn't telling her to tell her like me being a man. We're talking about, I was, this is a family shit. You know what I'm saying? Like for the kid, like when you're a parent, I mean, in my mind, you're doing things, not just good for you, but also for the kid, right? Man, and bro, everything's making sense. Then I'm like, what I'm saying? I'm saying that to say to you, I knew she was not the right one for me, and I did not like her. I was nothing to like, to be honest, but it followed my intuition. It got me into my divine feminine, and I got a beautiful daughter too that I love very much. You know what I'm saying? But also with her, I was able to use her now to find out who was behind it, what was going on. Do you see what I'm saying to you? So again, your life is ruled by spiritual laws, man. And when you follow the spiritual laws, when you follow like your intuition, it's not a safety net. It's gonna lead you to where you're gonna be like, what the fuck is this? And that's where you need to be. The challenge, then child support because she was listening to them. I never told her nothing because what was there for me to say? I already know the position she was playing. It was not me, no us. Then I'm like, oh, bet. Never said nothing. This is gonna be news to her. Well, hello, bitch. Hello, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you going down with them too? You know what I'm saying? With your people. You see how beautiful that is? Then from there, I was able to move accordingly. It was painful. I mean, shit, nigga gotta pay child support, extra nigga. You know what I'm saying? And that like nigga was making a lot of money though. I mean, we do okay. You know what I'm saying? It's not too bad. You know what I mean? But you know, man, God's way is not your way, bro. It's not. But on that same topic too, man, that goes to show you the illusion in this world. When you're now saying, because a lot of people, and I listen to a lot of gossipers, I'm also saying that for you to be wise, those, you're not here to solve the issues on earth, bro. They're not meant to be solved. But you're not gonna that what I'm saying to you right now, you have to see it for yourself though. You know, this is one of those things where it's not you gotta see it for yourself, nigga. You might be biting on something that's too much for you on that one. I'm speaking to somebody. But anyway, those problems is not meant for you to be solved, but it's meant for you to have a better understanding. That's what makes it an illusion. It's for your understanding. And Rumi said something that was so fucking powerful, man. He said, oh, then again, like I woke up to a level where I don't even see Rumi anymore. I see us, the level of understanding that he had, and now he's saying that. And now for me, I'm saying it not because, yes, he did say it first. If you want to go there, you know what I'm saying? You hit it first. If you want to be Ray J and shit, you know what I'm saying? But if you're not trying to be Ray J, and then you understand, those are testimonies, man. Those are realization that this motherfucker, like, now for me, I could say this to you, man. Those bad circumstances, it's where God operates. Man, I know what I know, bro. In those bad circumstances, what you think you calling bad, you know, sometimes it's not as bad as you think when the plans start to unfold itself. You know what I'm saying? When they start to unfold itself, bro. Then you realize it's in the middle of the obstacle. That's when God bless you, man. That's where your blessing is. This is why any one of us who've been forged by the fire, you gotta walk through it, bro. It's when you go through it, the cat Romeo must die. Not really dying, but that you gotta go, nigga. You got it. Yeah. You gotta go through the fire, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta jump. You have to jump. And not knowing how you're gonna get there, bro. That's where the transformation is. And that's when the Christian now tell you gotta have faith. You could call it faith, but this is the path, nigga. There's no way outside of that, dog. So again, your life is ruled by spiritual laws. So now I was talking about the intuition part of it, showing you how things are unfold. But now let's also talk about, yeah. So let me just finish up that point on those gossipers, man, who's telling you, listen, man, do not be too hard on yourself. I'm not advocating for you to keep making stupid shit. Or if you, now in my case, that was totally different. I knew I had to do it. Shit. Now if you asking me my intuition tell me to do it, would I do it again? Yes, nigga. I'm following God, nigga. Yes, I will. And the way my intuition, I knew I had, nigga. When I tell you, I was with that, like for 2 weeks, I was like that guy, man. I was pale. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, man? This bitch. No, no. But intuition said yes, 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 yes. And now I'm seeing all of it. Yes, 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 yes. And my love for my child got nothing to do with her, bro. Nothing at all. Like for me, if you're asking me, man, like you see how Mary was able to, I'm the first nigga who gave birth to two child without a mother. I did it. You know what I'm saying? And this is not to make fun of nobody of anybody neither. All right, this is not what we're doing here. But the higher thing, or what I'm saying here, man, yeah, man, you want to laugh? Hey, listen, man, God's path, God's way, it's not. It's the human's way. That's why you can't remove obstacles. We need obstacles, bro. You got to have it. That's why it's important for you to understand the spiritual laws because your life is governed, is ruled by it. Not the outside thing. The outside things has nothing on us. In fact, it takes away from us. There was a teacher. There was a teacher, right? So he was talking. He had this class. So technically, and the same shit happened to me too. Check this out, right? On my Facebook page, you know what I'm saying? When I used to date or I'm putting picture with some bitches and shit, niggas, oh, I get so many likes. Likes. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, yeah, all that. You know what I'm saying? Then I put my situation on Facebook in terms of how, kidnapping, what's going on, trying to steal my inheritance. They sending my all that shit. I mean, I got a couple people that reach out, but I could tell you it's two, man. No, it's three. Three people, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, that's bad. No, four. It's four. Fuck it. Let's make it five. If I forgot somebody. But to the amount of people I know, niggas I know that see it too, like, nobody said nothing, dog. Like, golly. So he was technically, it was a situation similar to mine where he was saying that we are selfish in so many words, right? So by him telling that story, I mean, because there was a story that is similar to mine, people didn't really. In fact, I think he did it right in the classroom where he did something and nobody said, "Yo, teacher, that was some fucked up shit. What you did there." Nobody, everybody was like, "Hey, man, that shit, hey, actually ain't got nothing to do with me." So I guess the teachable moment for him at that moment, it was trying to get people to acknowledge that. So, but acknowledging that he was trying to trigger them emotionally. That's what most people do. Eh. You know, change doesn't work that way, truly. I mean, although it's gonna go through your emotions for you to change. I'm not removing that part. But what I'm truly saying is, instead of doing that, what we truly need to do, man. That's why God said, when you have the Godhead, you have God in your life, you don't need the rules. You'll know exactly what to do. Isn't that what the fruit of the Spirit is? When you operate from a spiritual perspective, you automatically, you would have compassion for another. Like, damn, bro, like, I know it's not happening to me, but I have compassion. I can understand. That's what providing leaning on the shoulder is. You can lean on my shoulder. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going through your pain, but I understand, brother. I ain't got to be cold to you, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So those are fruit of the, joy, compassion, or whatever, and all of these other things. And again, that's why I was telling people too, man. Like, this is why you must seek the kingdom of God. Knowing and understanding those spiritual laws, then you operate by those. You let them rule your life. That's how you become the wise ones. This is how now the scripture is being made flesh. Then somebody ain't got to tell you, man. You ain't got to envy somebody. If you got the spirit of God in you, man, why would you want to envy on no any? Well, and even jealous. Jealous? Do you see what I'm saying? And everybody, and people, and even these people who were jealous of me, man, I'm sure, like this bitch, right? She got a skill. This bitch should have like she's a hacker and shit. Thief, lying ass motherfucker. Man, third grade level education, man, crazy, b. crazy. This is the bitch who think I like wanted me to go. This is the bitch who wanted to grab me by the balls, bro. Yo, acabou essa. Cara, caca, caca. Mata. You let them make you act like dummy, man. They make you act stupid. But I got it. You was getting tech, huh? You know what I'm saying? You got your body did. You, you was on the up and up. You was on the come up, huh? Okay, okay, okay. Mm, mm, mm. People, man. Wrap me up, man. Mm. Mm. Hold up, hold up. Mm, mm. The amount of hate, man, this shit is crazy. And those are people, like even the people I was raised with, man. Oh man, when I told you they were my worst enemy, man, this bitch didn't like me at all, bro. Just because I was who I was. Mm, mm, mm. It's okay though. Man, you know how happy I am, man, knowing that you're not my mother, bro? Man, that in itself is satisfaction for me, man. That alone, I'm like, yes, I made it. That alone, I feels good. Feels great for me. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want that. So anybody who had to deal with, you know what I'm saying? And if that's your true mom, shit. Oh, man. And there are mothers out there, man. Although like it ain't like okay, so it ain't like I mean, which one of your kids did you treat better than me? Which one did you educate? You give them some special education, and they were better than me, and you didn't give me an education, and then gosh, fake out. That's all these motherfuckers are good for, man. Losers, bro. Then technically, because I was able to just tap into the whole thing, bro. Yo, I solved my own fucking case, bro. Not just that, man. There's so much, man. Wait. Anyway, so what the fuck? What was I? Yeah, fuck these motherfuckers, man. Hey, man. You know what I'm saying? It's quiet. If you drop a fucking needle, you can hear that shit. You know what I'm saying? And their heart is, you know what I'm saying? That's not what you expected, huh? That it. It's nothing. It's nothing. I ain't sure. Oh, Lord. I am sure. Your identity's coming out. Your true self, man. Nothing is hidden, or doesn't stay forever hidden, man. The truth is all around us. But anyway, guys, your life is, like with a lot of our creations. So I'm trying to get you to see two things here, right? Two different type of creations. The ones that the Egyptians did, even just by looking at the civilization in itself. And when you go with the Aztec, the Maya, and all that shit, even with what they have, that in itself, it makes you question shit. That's the point, man. That's the point. And then when you know it now, then you understand. You understand it around you. And this is why, you gotta understand who you are. Like that shit goes a long way, bro. Even if you don't even want to go too deep, right? Even if you know your weakness, well, that alone, bro, you can make it better, or you know how to cover it up. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, again, knowing it goes so far, man. Self knowledge goes so far. And the reason why in our current moment, and that's what I was talking about, that type of creation, what we're creating, it's not godly. It's doing nothing for us, man. And when I'm talking us, not 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 your comfortability, nigga. You see what I'm saying? And you sit on the couch all the time, bro. You- Listen, man, it goes without saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is why you also got to become wise too. Again, self knowledge. How is that helping you? How is that helping you, man? And here's something else too that a lot of you guys don't understand. Even the short, all of these shit, man, is fucking you up, man. The short, you just get the answer right then and there. You training your mind. There's a subconscious thing that's taking place. You're training your mind to be weak, man. You don't have a lifespan. You can't. You don't have no focus, bro. Your focus needs more focus. And for you to do that, oh shit, what are you gonna do? So I understand sometimes when people are telling you turn off the TV. I get that part. But like ultimately, that's what I'm saying, man. Don't make the TV your issue, bro. And that's what I was saying with Ari, when she was talking about, yeah, don't make her the fucking issue. Like all of a sudden, you mean to tell me that's why we're not advancing as black? Nah, nigga. It's niggas, bro. It's you. It takes you to elevate, you to know what you want, you to understand self knowledge. Then you understand you need heroes. And that's what heroes do at the same time. So I'm saying that to you, like, I understand all of that too, but you also need you too. You got to make your choice, bro. Because true growth, man, you can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, when all you, like, there's decision you have to make. AI, spin that shit. None of that shit does nothing to me, bro. In fact, I'll sing it. Spin that shit. Spin that shit. Spin that shit. Come on, bro. And now, what I'm definitely not doing here is not encouraging that, but I'm addressing what matters the most, bro. Because there's always going to be some kind of distraction. It's going to be there. In fact, that's what the distraction is there for you to choose you, nigga. And that's why, again, self knowledge goes deep. It goes deep, man. And then you also get to realize you are not as simple as you may think you are, because you're not. And this is where the mystery comes in. You embracing yourself, your gifts, your talent, and all that shit comes in. And then you know what I'm saying? Like for you to be, to function on that level, this is when Jupiter needs to ascend. Once Jupiter ascends, your spiritual laws, you master them. You become the king or the queen that you are. That means you are in charge of your vehicle, of your body. This is your throne. You feel me? Man, you know what I mean? So once you're in charge of that, you know what I'm saying? Then everything else on the outside, listen, man, you're going to have a different outlook on things. Why would you want to compete, man? I know who I am. You know what I'm saying? And competing with anybody, like T.I. say, you're always going to be number two. anyway, because I already did it. You know what I'm saying? So you're fighting for number two. Crazy. When you can only be number one when you do you. And then you think you the shit? How you the shit when you're not doing you? Oh, you being the shit by doing somebody else, huh? You know what I'm saying? They put me in fake marriages, bro. You know what I'm saying? Power of it. Oh man, I'm so ready, man. Man, I'm gonna hit them with that Ezekiel, man. Chapter 2, verse 53 or 43. Oh man. Let me am I saying it right? Whatever the fuck. It don't matter. I'm gonna hit them with that, man. Man, they have no clue, man. And the beauty too, and here we go too, man. You need to meditate. The silence. Yes, the silence talk to you, bro. Your downloads, certain information that you need. Do you ever realize sometimes certain ideas you would get them when you're not doing anything? So by you creating that silence moment, you are creating that moment. You're inviting in it. That's why this is such a sacred moment. You gotta have those. That's why your isolation is required, bro. That's important, man. You know what I'm saying? Your isolation it's a must. So now when you understand, that's why you need to know those spiritual laws. So far, I mean, I'm not going too much into any spiritual laws here so far, but I'm showing you a couple things, giving you a couple, you know what I'm saying? Once you apply them, it helps you to become better of who you are, and having a skill too, that's key, bro. You know what I'm saying? Or something you spend time in. Because what you do you. You know what I'm saying? It's not a joke, bro. You know what I mean? Any spiritual laws, you know what I'm saying? Like when they smack me on my face, I turn the other cheek. I tell them, oh, that's what you did? Wait, right there. I'll be back. I told him, you know what I'm saying? You're about to share. Yeah, get done, Medley. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Medley. So, for those of you who may not understand this is one of my favorite fucking proverbs in Haiti, man. There's two Haitian proverbs. Those are my shit, bro. Like the first one, like that one, like I had, man. It's like so it goes like this. So I'm gonna, translate it. So I mean, I'm not sure if I'm using because I know there's a name for like the nose, a fork. What am I saying? What the fuck am I? Oh, all right, I'm being too much, yo. So people like oh man, when I tell you these people are animals, bro, when you live by lust, meaning you have no God, you live in, you know, by the flesh, man, you know what I'm saying? This is where now you become selfish, and it's not self-love. I always take the time and, what I'm saying, self-love and selfish, not the same thing, bro, at all. You know what I'm saying? When a motherfucker's selfish, man, they don't care about how you feel emotionally. They don't care about nothing on the inside. They only care about the outside. So they step on your toes to get what they want from the outside. When you have self-love, you care about what's inside, or therefore you care about somebody else's inside. That's why self-love, you wouldn't do certain things to others. Because, hey, man, why would I do that to you, bro? You know what I'm saying? It would be like doing it to me. Do you understand it now? Like, that's how it works. But unfortunately, not a lot of people fully grasp it that way. You know what I'm saying? But then again, this is where the wisdom, the knowledge is required, man. You know, and understanding like, yeah, man. So those things you need to activate in your body. There's certain things, that needs to be like your third eye, that's a must. And the reason, there's a few ways of doing it, you know what I'm saying? I got my way. I mean, shit's powerful, man. I got some shit for y'all niggas, man. But anyway, um, yeah, man. So you do that. So now what's happening is why your third eye is important. You know what I'm saying? It allows for the light to come in. What light? We're talking about messages. That kind of light. And of course, the light, you won't be able to see it, but by doing so, man, and you'll feel it too. You'll know. So you be making yourself more open. You open yourself more. You become more responsive to energies now. You become more sensitive to it. Those of us who are psychics, some people have so many different skills. Those who are psychics, we understand that. You know what I'm saying? And that's why some people would use different things to activate that sensitivity in them. That's what that shit is. And some people do it differently. You get to know yourself. You know what works for you, depending on what you're doing. Again, self knowledge goes a long way, bro. Such a fucking heavy, oh man, it's a fucking fully heavy loaded statement that you can never go wrong with that. But also, it also helps you not to fall for the okie doke, bro. You understand now, you know what I'm saying? Like you see things from a different perspective. That's what being born is all about, or being born again is all about. It's not a fake, like, you know what I'm saying? Like you fundamentally changed. Not you change one thing about you, or you used to go to parties, you don't go anymore. Tomatoes, tomatoes. But it's when you fundamentally change, and that requires for your world to collapse, nigga. You thought it was Poe Dog? You know what I'm saying? Yo, Haitian niggas, they be saying that, yo, shit love IBI. You know what that means? Heaven is not, you know what I'm saying? It's not for just anybody, man. Like, it's not free, though. Heaven is not free, dog. Man, all you niggas, oh, you choose God, you're gonna go to heaven. Just like that. Oh, yeah, that's what it says here. You just gotta say yes, right? And then that's it. He'll forgive you again, huh? And this is what happens. But when you are in that level of mentality, or when you think on those frequencies, and that's gonna be your result. You know what I'm saying? Like when you have a sinful mind, you do sinful things. But when you have a godly mind, or when you operate by the spirit, then your fruit is that's what you're gonna bear, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna bear those fruits, man. There's nowhere outside of it. Also, when you understand, as a man thinketh, so his reality. You know what I'm saying? There's no way, if you don't think money's everything, you're not gonna do everything for anything for money. The nigga who think money's everything, that's the nigga who's gonna do everything for money, dog. That's the way it works. And we see it in our culture. You see it over and over again. DMX told you how he had his stands. Low and hill, like that's how it goes, bro. So when you understand these things about you, and this is why too, man, that's what spirituality is telling you. It's revealing these things about you. That's why you need to know the occult. Not energy weapon, not none of that shit. And yes, stop this fucking bullshit when you doing magic, nigga. If anybody's telling you think positive, yeah, it's all magic. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Call it what you want. Which one? But when it's working, it's positivity. When it's hurting somebody else, it's dark. You know what I'm saying? And when you do that, when you think from that place again, you know what I'm saying, you're taking out so much from you. You know what I'm saying? You need mistakes as much as knowledge, bro. They go hand in hand. In fact, you know what I'm saying, we learn through mistakes. And that's what I was trying to tell you guys. The same way you see how you learn through mistakes, the universe operate the same way too. It's when you're going through some hard shit, and then it's painful, it's crazy, but that's how I've been seeing it working out so far. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, okay. That's why they tell you not to worry, man, because that's how God's work, bro. That's the way it works. This is why, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, this spiritual path, man. Like for me, I mean, shit. You know what I'm saying, nigga? Listen, we ain't scared of nobody. Shit, crazy. Bonjour. Hmm. All right, guys. Almost 2 hours now. I think I touched on everything I needed to touch on, but I gotta bust a move real quick. You know what I'm saying? We gotta make some moves. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to see. And speaking of spiritual laws too, guys, the Kabbalion, I always recommend that. Again, this is about teaching you about the world around you. You know, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I guess for me, at least the way I look at it, man, I would want to know the world I'm living in first before I go to heaven, dog. I'm saying, why don't we start there? I mean, I'm just, but also having a different perspective of that. This is why all of our ancestors, they understand how that we worship nature, meaning man. I mean, not that we praise nature, bro. And we understand when you look at, for instance, man, bro, there's a reason why we call, like, the wise ones, we understand we are the great farmers. Because what a farmer does, you plant seeds, right? But we understand the great ones, we're aware of the seeds that we're planting. And this is why we plant good seeds. And when you understand that, this is why success is something you build, bro. It's not something that you're gonna attain or some shit. You build your own success. You build your success, bro. And I understand it. Oh, clearly. You know what I'm saying? Shit. I'm coming out. I want the world to know. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I've been coming out. You know what I'm saying? But I gotta move a certain way until certain things being resolved. So, you know. But we've been out here though. Oh man, the fuck? Do you think this is a coincidence, man? But not just that, but the idea of being outside too, man. It's not what I mean. For me, it's being practical. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's outside, bro. Even when you're inside, you're still outside. Because something's gonna have to be paid. So who's paying the house or the rental, whatever the fuck? If you go to job, man, you're outside, nigga. Everything takes place outside, nigga. Stop your criminal shit and call it outside, nigga. All right. So, you know what I'm saying? Don't make it a you thing. You know what I'm saying? Belongs to all of us, nigga. Outside for all of us. So, so yeah, man. So when you understand that, again, that's why you need the spiritual laws. The nature's law as well. You know what I'm saying? If you planted like these motherfuckers, man, how do you plant and they're expecting, you know what I'm saying, mango? Their seeds was false documentation, lying. Oh man, the list goes on. But not just that. That's why you have to know you can't look at somebody and be that this is who they are. Do you see what I'm saying? Can you see how even though we're calling this world a physical world, it's not as physical as we think that it is? Because you're not looking at them, you're looking at what they're doing. Now, you could argue that being physical to a certain level, which it is. I'm not taking that away, but the point that I'm making here is that you didn't look at them to say who they were. So then their action, although that's why would I argue with no motherfucker, man? Your action tells me everything I need to know. Now, if my action don't tell you everything you need to know, that's your issue. Everything you did to me, listen, man, fair game. Fair game, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You did yours. Just know the pendulum swing like this. It goes two ways. You know what I'm saying? Just like for me, you made me suffer almost my entire life, right? It spins. It can't remain there. You got to swing something else. Just like for you, right? Well, man, for over 40 years, nobody can tell you nothing. There's the most perfect plan you ever had. You gave up on everything else, nothing that you could have done, not just for yourself, but that's what thieves do. So, you rely on other people's shit. Congratulations. We're all gonna get our prizes. But now I can't get what. First of all, you don't decide my life. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine the audacity, man? You decide my life, dog. Hey, okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Yes, ma'am. What else? What else would you like for me? Hmm? But you don't want none of that for your life, right? Oh, speaking of those Haitian proverbs, man, those are gonna be the ones that I'm gonna leave you with today. Those are the gems. Listen, man, you know what I'm saying? You need to keep with you. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna make you Haitian, but if you keep it with you though, it's gonna give you a little bit of that Haitian perspective for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? The first one, man. So little pig was talking to mother pig, and he goes like, "Hey, mom, how come your nose is so long?" And the mother replies, looked at little pig, and she replies, "Well, my son, as you get older, you gonna figure it out." See that one? Love it, man. Because it says so much. In fact, that's gonna be my next fuck. I'm gonna talk on that shit, nigga. Oh man, that's gonna be a Flag Action Day, nigga. I'm creating a new Haitian Day with this shit. Love it. Now the other one that I wanted to share with you guys too. There's a few. You know what I'm saying? There's a few, man. There's one that goes like Sirat Kai Ki Manji Kai. You know what I'm saying? It's the house mouse. It's the house mouse that destroyed the whole house, bro. Uh-huh. It's that same house that goes into the pipe. You know what I'm saying? That's making damages. The house mouse, bro. Never the house, never the mouse outside. And guess what? The FBI understand that too. And they're not Haitian though. They must have read it somewhere. That makes them Haitian by default. You feel me? All their investigation always start from within anyway. Who's your enemy at? It's got, and it's never nowhere else too, though. It's never nowhere else, bro. Never nowhere else. It never like. Don't worry about your enemies, man. They right here with you, dog. For me, I was sleeping with my enemies, bro. When I tell you this lady hated me, man, the jealousy with a shit, bro. Hmm, hmm. Which side do which side do you don't like? My money or myself? But you like the money, you don't like me? You like the money? Uh-huh. The money. Yo, but okay, okay. Just checking. But then again, I was able to tap into so many different things, man. Now these people, now of course they depended on me, but not just me, man. Like I'm talking about my energy too. I was their life. They were able to maintain certain things, and even the lady, she felt even better when she was referring to other people how I was, what I'm saying? It's like gossiping, like the bullshit. Like it's like what? Some of the dumb shit these motherfuckers would do would say like he's a vagabond. That means what I'm saying. Like, well, you guys already know what that is. And then so what? And they be telling on themselves too, man. But since they talking to stupid people, and I used to use them. Ah, man, that's so much, man. They don't know. They thought they had me though. I'm the one that walked out like with my dick in my hand, nigga. I'm saying you're gonna do what? And I'm telling you, till today, I have not called no fucking cops. I mean, I do what I had to do my way. Okay. Besides, listen, why would I want to interrupt a fake investigation? Huh? Why would I do that? Or interrupt I know it's not gonna go your way. Why would I interrupt that? But not just that. My silence is way louder than me saying anything. You understand what I'm saying? That's what power is. I'm showing it to you better than I can tell you. Man, listen. Even lazy. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? How do you expect? And everything's gonna collapse. All the lies. Oh man, the higher you went, you didn't what you were doing for over 40 years. You created a hole so deep for yourself. Like I guess you wanted to. Damn man, why your grave got to be so deep, man? And then just to go. Oh man, that's amazing. How do you do that? And it's crazy too, man. I got also to experience how this lady was approached by a fucking angel, man. A guy who was literally helping her, holding her hand, bro. I was firsthand. This is not what somebody's telling me. You know what I'm saying? Nobody kicked me in my ass, and then I end up here telling you this shit. At the end of the story, though, somebody will. But, it was some real shit. I saw that. The guy was the fucking millionaire, bro. Was teaching her out of his kindness, trying to help somebody since they grew up together, and then he looked at him as being stupid. She always called him stupid. Meanwhile, way better than you have built a whole fucking empire. Came from the same bullshit town that you came from, made something out of himself legally. You have that example in front of you. And not only that. This guy was teaching her, help her to open up a first. She had the local bar businesses that she was working on. Then the guy was gonna say, okay, this is how it works. Then you open up another one. You do it step by step. Instead of doing this, then this is how you do it. Giving her, trying to give her business mentality. But this bitch has no psychology. Learning was never her thing. The whole family's that way. Like the nigga Eve, this nigga was, oh man, was a thief. Well, actually, I mean, obviously. Obviously. You know what I'm saying? That's why this nigga truly left Haiti, dog. And even the way he left Haiti too on some those type of niggas. Yeah, come on, man. You already know who you're dealing with. The whole family is like that. Those are the type of people y'all I never think this. That's why they hate me so much, bro. It's not just money. I never like I thought this shit was like there's certain things, bro, like those are the like they hustle babies. Like they clingy, they would get with somebody that got money, make sure they get pregnant. That kind the whole yeah, that those are the people who raised me, nigga.